Okay, morning everyone, and welcome to the briefing for Friday, the 15th of September. So we sit under this area of high pressure. Looking at the chart, you'd think we were maybe in a warm sector, but I think this front up to our northwest is just sort of sitting there, and we're not going to see too much of it here. Maybe a little bit fog we had this morning, but otherwise, fairly settled day, much the same as yesterday by the looks of it. Going ahead to tomorrow, potentially a slightly more unsettled outlook depending on the positioning of this front. But if we are below it on this high pressure, could still be a reasonable day. And going further ahead, looks like we'll have a bit more influence from the Atlantic. Okay, spot winds today. Depends exactly where you are, but looks like it's sort of from the south, slightly east of south. It's showing 10 knots in the centre of the country directly from the south and 160 towards the south coast. SATPIC is showing that front up to our northwest with a few little bits of lingering cloud down in our area, but otherwise a fairly clear outlook, certainly up to the northeast. And rain radar showing much the same, that rain up to the northwest, but nothing in our area. And looking at the rainfall forecast going throughout the day, it's sort of slowly moving around, but staying well clear of us. Okay, public forecast shows a sunny day with a few clouds, top temperature of 22 degrees, with that light wind from the southeast. GFS is showing 22, maybe 23 degrees in our area, with dew points sat at 11 or 12. And that's current view outside. Nice and clear, much the same as yesterday. Okay, your potential flight distance for today. Top Meteo is reasonably optimistic in the Lasham area and sort of along this latitude east and west of here. Well into the TMA, unfortunately, but showing it quite nice out to the west. Also looks quite reasonable up into Cambridgeshire. Thermals showing getting going by about midday. Cumulus up to essentially 3,000 or 4,000 feet. As we go into the afternoon, it's showing cumulus a little bit higher than that, 4,000 feet plus, with potentially a little bit of overdevelopment around our area and to the northwest. Your site forecast for today is showing 2-knot thermals from about midday and then continuing to about 4 o'clock where they die out. Looks like they'll be going to about 4,000 feet, 4,500 feet by 2 to 3 p.m. Okay, NOTAMs, a few to worry about. So there's this bunch of temporary CTAs up to the northwest, sort of around Bryce and northwest of that. I'll just advise you to avoid that area if you could. So tasking out to the west and maybe up to the northeast where it does look quite nice. Other ones to worry about here, 30, article dropping at Abingdon. Otherwise, there isn't too much. The air show looks like Odium, so just keep an eye out for any aircraft coming up from that way. And 17, 18 here, just some paragliders around. So keep a good look out in that area. But the main one is this just slightly south of Bryce and continuing up to the northwest. I'd advise you just to avoid that area with your task or have a good look at it before you go. Okay, operationally, we're going to set up on 09 today. Probably have the wind slightly offset to the south, somewhere down here. Aerotone from the north of the runway. I don't think we'll need a grid, so I'll encourage people just to bring their glider to the runway when they want to go. If it looks like there's lots of you rigging, then I may change my mind on that and start a grid. So if you see things starting to line up, then take it to the grid. We have got potentially a jet movement at 1 p.m. local. That's a 737. Depends on paperwork. So again, that will influence my decision on whether or not we grid if it's busy. If it looks like people are going around that time and the jet movement is going to go, then we might grid. Otherwise, should be quite a nice day. See you on the airfield. Bye for now.